The decision to celebrate the girl child is apt in view of the role the girl child plays in the society. The girl child occupies an integral segment of the population of any country. Therefore, for any nation to attain social, economic, and political growth, it has to be aware of the important position the girl child plays and treat them accordingly, and ensure also total support, empowerment, as well as address some of their challenges. This is what we shall be looking at today on the program Issues, reaching you from NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Tessie Omeri. You shall get to meet our guests when we come back. Do stay with us. Welcome back. I have with me today in the studios Mrs. Margaret Udo. Mrs. Margaret Udo is a child rights expert from University of Geneva. She's an author, learning and positive psychologist. She's also the founder, CEO, Youth Reformation and Awareness Center. You're welcome to Issues.
Thank you, Tessie.
All right. Okay, so it's all about the girl child, the girl child. But then let's begin. Who is a child?
A child is any human being between the age of 0 and 18.
How do you think the girl child should be treated?
The girl child should be treated with the best treatment ever, expected to bring forth a whole human being. Because she grows up from being a little girl to a woman, to a wife and a mother. And the role of motherhood is quite cumbersome, and a lot is expected of the mother, because she's not only the mother of her children, her biological children, she is the mother of every other child, even her husband. She's a mother to her husband. She's a mother to the nation and to the world at large. So the girl child should be treated with, I think, every education or action given to a girl child, we should consider innovativeness and holistic development.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay, talking about protecting a child, how do you think the girl child should be protected? We've had a lot of issues, gender-based violence. When you talk about it, majority of the people affected are the girl child. You talk about molestation. You talk about so many ills affecting the girl child in particular. How do you think this girl child should be protected? From what you have said earlier, she is really important.
She should be protected by everybody that is responsible to her. Every stakeholder, starting from the parents, the school management, the government, and everybody that is responsible to the daily growth of the child, the education of the child, the policy based on the development of the girl child and the rest. And one thing people fail again in protecting the girl child, who are we protecting this girl child from? We have only two genders, the male and the female, the girl and the boy.
Okay.
So if the girl child is the one that is vulnerable to abuses, who is the other person that meets the abuse? It's the boy child. So I believe as we try to protect the girl child from being molested by the other sex, we should think of educating the boy child. As much as we think of protecting the girl child, we should also think of educating the boy child.
Okay. So from educating the boy child, from what you're saying, it starts from the home, and we're talking about parents. How do you think the parents should come in?
It starts from the parents. The parents should have what we call gender equality, gender balanced upbringing. most times we have what we call boys' preference, where boys are brought up to be lazy. Every domestic chores is on the girl child. Sometimes they don't even have time to read as the boys have. They even demarcate or partition some jobs for girls, some for boys. And the girls are tended towards doing only domestic things, while the boys are made to do other things that don't have to do with kitchen cleaning and the rest of it. And when these children are growing up, the main jobs for them in the house are those basic cleaning, washing your plates when you eat, sweeping the floor, and other things. So when you partition it and bring up only the girl child, the boy child grows up lazy. And this also forms the mentality to the girl child that she's worth only for home domestic chores.
Okay. That's why
So
you see
the
some
boy
girls-
will grow up thinking that he should go and do those outstanding careers, while the woman should go and be a teacher and all those things. But thank God for the generational changes. Girls are now going into all the professions that boys are also doing. So what I'm trying to say in summary is that we should stop male chauvinistic upbringing. Let the children be equally brought up. Let a girl child, when the bulb in her room does not show light again, she should be able to change her bulb. She should be able to do those little things that boys do. She should be able to go under the car and check what is wrong. Okay. The boy child should be able to take the responsibility of providing the home with dinner sometimes, wash plates. Let the two of them, the two sexes, grow equally. You understand? They should grow equally. Okay. We should stop the aspect of male chauvinistic upbringing.
Okay. So in other words, there is nothing like it's this chores is meant for the girl, this is meant for the boy.
Yes.
If it's breakfast, the boy can go and prepare. If it's lunch, the girl can go and prepare. And if it's fixing the tires, the girl as well can go and do that. Okay, this is really a big responsibility on the shoulders of the parents.
Yes.
Okay, still talking about the girl child. Tell us about some of those rights that a girl child enjoys.
First, when we're talking about the girl child, the only rights may be the ones in the Child Rights Act, which first came out in 2003.
Okay.
But I believe when we are talking about the girl child, since she's growing to be a woman, we should also talk about women's rights.
Okay.
There are so many rights for the woman out there.
Okay.
For instance, in 1995, National Human Rights Commission Act established a law. That's the National Human Rights. That's when the new National Human Rights Commission came out. Yes. And that right was to consider the extrajudicial issues, gender equality, and other things like violence against women, and so on and so forth. So that also talks about promotion, protection, and enforcement of laws. We don't just enact laws. Laws that are enacted and not enforced are not useful. So that's the law. And then we have agencies and ministries like Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. We have the Women Development Center, we have FIDA, we have other bodies that help to protect the women.
Okay.
And even the Nigerian Constitution.
Okay.
You know, Nigerian Constitution has a lot of laws and is for every citizen of Nigeria. And then the UN Convention also has what we call universal laws, human rights laws. Those laws are for all human beings. And women are what?
They are human
They are
beings.
human beings.
Sure.
So when the laws are partitioned and are gender biased, it's not fair.
Sure.
Let's take, for instance, the widowhood. There are so many laws, even in the Nigerian Constitution. There's a law against torture and so many things. But you see, the
But are they being respected?
no, that's the thing. I'm talking about patriarchy now. There's a right of men over women to torture women and all that. And meanwhile, even in the marriage ceremonies, marriage oaths, they take the same thing. Then why is it that even when laws are there for human beings, women are human beings, men are human beings, only men enjoy the rights?
Okay. Okay, now away from the rights, and it is our hope that women will also enjoy these rights. Though I know they are already enjoying some of them, but I know in the nearest future they will get to enjoy more. Now, statistics shows that 10 million children are out
Girl
of school.
children or general?
General. And
Okay.
out of these statistics, 60% of this population are girls.
That's 6 million.
Yes, they are out of school. Some of them are roaming the streets. Some of them are exposed to all kinds of violence, molestation, and all that. Is it that the awareness creation is not enough? What do you think?
You know,
be
we
done?
have different types of rights that cut across social, culture, religion, politics, and so many. One of the rights that really affect the girl children, I should put them under religious and political, cultural rights.
Okay.
The first International Day of Girl Child was 2012. It was ending girl early marriage. That's one of the things that really make our girl children to leave school or not to finish school. And it's a very important, very, very important right that they should allow the children to be in school. But there are times that they come and marry out the children from school, and even the situation in the schools, the sanitation, affects the girls more. When we don't have proper sanitary situation, the girls, some of them may not like to go to school. And the insecurity now that is in the society, girls are more affected. Look like the Chibok girls that till today are still missing. So girls are exposed to more, should I say, violence than boys. So sometimes the parents, if they're in those areas, will discourage their girls from going to school because of the danger they will face when they leave home. And also, the general belief also, that's where culture comes in, that male children are the ones that will come back and bring value to the family. So education is not really for the girls. They should stop somewhere and get married. They don't believe a girl should actualize all what she should be in life before going to be tied down in a man's house. So those are also the factors. So I believe that parents, as you see, should encourage their children to be well educated, both boys and girls.
Okay. Yeah, this cultural factor is still prevailing, despite the fact that a lot of girls have really made a lot of breakthroughs in technology and politics in lots of innovations. A lot of girls are making breakthroughs on a daily basis. Why is this cultural aspect still persisting?
And that's where the lack of awareness comes in. And like in 2017, we had the first child rights, was it convention in Nigeria? And we couldn't reach, we had paramount rulers from the whole country, even from the north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
We couldn't reach consensus on the age of marriage.
Oh.
Because even the women were, some of them said they married at 15. And they're okay, they don't see why they should put a barrier or cloud on age of marriage. So because of that, we couldn't really have anything to conclude about the age of marriage. So that's where the culture comes in. And even in religious aspects, go to some churches, I don't want to talk about mosque, I'm a Christian. Women are not allowed to do so many things. Go to some homes. Women have there are gender roles at home. The woman's role is in the homemaking, but that's not just that. The woman should be able to provide also for her children. The woman has gone to school. She is educated. And that certificate should not be wasted. That experience should not be wasted. But some women will still become full-time housewives, even though they have gone to school. Yes. Sometimes a man may not even be as highly educated as a wife, but the society will expect that that man should go to work while the woman will stay in the house. So there are so many limitations in the society. Just as you said, part of it is awareness or not, people are not properly educated.
So I don't know if you would say civil society organizations and NGOs are not doing enough in terms of awareness creation. Well, I'll get to that response after this break. If you're just joining us, this is Issues on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. The program continues after this time out. Stay with us. Welcome back. The program is Issues on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, and I have been discussing with Margaret Udo, child rights expert, and lots more. And her focus today is the fact that men's chauvinism should be minimized so that the girl child will also have a space to, you know, exercise all her rights and also live to her full potentials. We were talking before we went on that break about some of these cultural barriers, and I ask, is it that the social or the civil society groups are not doing enough? Is it that the government are doing enough to, you know, more sensitization in order for this girl child to attain their full potentials?
I don't think we are doing enough. Okay. Because when we talk about the Child Rights Act, it's not really, the sensitization is not there. It's not also domesticated. Even the states that have adopted have not domesticated it properly the way they should. I've not seen anybody that has been arrested. If there are very few. So the statistics of the enforcement, I don't think is good. So the government should sit up more on that. Okay. Then the NGOs need encouragement. Okay. Because recently there are no fundings, and the people working in the NGOs, the civil societies, are as if they have committed some crime by going into that sector, and they have to be punished for it. So I think we should have some better funding avenues for it to go. And I also advise the best way to bring up a girl child is to show her love, to build her self-confidence. When you build up the girl child's confidence, her limits are above the skies. Because most things that these girls do, the abuses, the rubbish they condescend to, are carried out by those girls with low self-esteem.
Sure.
So the basics of proper upbringing of the child is to develop good self-image, good
Okay.
self-esteem.
I remember in
By
those
showing love,
Okay.
making the girl to see herself as a beautiful being, as an intelligent being, as somebody that can do anything,
Sure.
as somebody that doesn't only need to be married, to be whoever. I'm not discouraging marriage. Marriage is okay. But marriage should be done with pleasure and at the right time. When the girl child is ready, that's when she should be married.
Okay. Not to be forced into
Not to
it.
be forced into marriage.
Okay.
Everything about her, she should love it and know that it's the best.
You know, in those days when we hear of rape, a girl child is being raped, the next thing you hear the parents say, oh, we don't want this to go public. And then these perpetrators go unpunished. I know of a few cases now that come out. And when they come out, they have good sentences. And sometimes it serves as deterrent to others. What do you have to say
That
about
is
this
culture of silence.
Yes, this
should be
issue of
killed
stigma.
in the
Yes.
society. Also, before that culture is killed, those that do the report should be properly protected.
Sure.
For instance, leave the girl child aside. I've seen situations that people go to the police to report certain situations, and those people will be killed. You understand? So there are things that people are scared. And also, when this case is reported, what next? How is the girl child rehabilitated? So we have to put all those instruments in place that people will be able to discuss them openly. It shouldn't be like a taboo, or what do they call it? There's a name they give to it. It's off my mind now. A child that is raped or molested should be able to speak out. And after that, she's not stigmatized. It's just one of those things. It will be something of pride that you have come out to say the truth. And that person that committed the offense has been dealt with. And you are rehabilitated back into the society. And so on and so forth. Even those that are pregnant and give birth and go and throw away or abort and even die and so many things. If we have those avenues open up, and then the people that have been exposed to those experiences come out to talk about them, the world will be a better place.
Especially for the girl child.
Yes.
Tell me, what is that best thing about being a female?
Wow. As I've written in my book, From Bone Not Dust, the mysteries of the strength of the woman, I say that I'm happy and proud to be a woman.
Okay.
I love my whole being. I believe God in His creation work made me beautiful and perfect.
Okay.
And if I come back to the world, I will always love to be a woman. As I told you, women should be cherished. They give birth to the world. They nurture babies to life. And they don't stop there. They continue to be the virtual cupboard for the children. Sure. So it's the best image anybody should want to be. So that's why I say we should love our girl children and make them to be proud to be women or girls. Is the best. Women are the best. Girls are the best creatures that God ever created.
And talking about that best creature, we can't exhaust everything now.
We can't.
Time is not our friend at the moment. I wish we could just go on and on and on talking about women, talking about girls, that best creation. We thank you so much for joining us and for what we have tapped from you this day. We appreciate.
Thank you, Tessie.
And
I'm always happy to come.
all right. And this is the much we can take on issues today. It has been about the girl child and her rights and the need for her to attain her full potentials. Until we come your way next time on another edition, thank you for watching. I am Tessie Omeri.